To 13 Cares, you can hear us speaking a little bit in the commercial break. Joining me this morning is Saul Serna. Thank you so much for coming on the show from Business for Life, the business that you started.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me a little bit about you, because you're from Colombia, I understand.
Yes, I was born in Colombia, and I came to Rockford as an exchange student in 1981. I went to Harlem High School.
I went to Harlem High School.
You did?
You didn't say that before. That's
1982, graduated. I'm the guy with the accent.
Oh, okay.
So I completed that year as an exchange student. I went back to Colombia and finished my university studies, and then came back here in 1988, and I've been here since then.
So we just pulled you back in.
Rockford.
You had to come back to Rockford.
Right.
So you started this business called Business for Life. Tell me a little bit about it. You're targeting other corporations.
Right. Business for Life is a consulting and coaching company, and our purpose is to help corporations increase their Hispanic market share.
Okay.
But the way we want to help them increase their market share is by attracting qualified Hispanic bilingual people that can provide a service that is culturally relevant to the community. Not just speak Spanish, but understanding the culture of the Hispanic consumer.
Okay.
So we work with corporations like General Motors. I created the Best Jobs program for General Motors. I work with Univision. I work with companies like City Financial, National City, Wells Fargo, large companies that really want to provide an opportunity to the Hispanic professional to develop a career while helping the community, not only because they speak the language, but because they understand the consumer.
Well, this is becoming an increasing population in the United States,
Absolutely, isn't it? Yeah. We're about at 14%, and our children, about 22% of the children in the United States are Hispanic. In California, every 30 seconds there is a Hispanic child being born. So numbers
It's important to help these individuals feel comfortable and, be able to get jobs and, in schools. And so now you have a new target. I imagine you're still continuing with that consulting.
Yes,
but now you have a new book out, which I think is so interesting. This is called Just Be, and this is targeted towards children. These are the children that you mentioned in the increasing population.
Yes.
What's it about, or what was the idea behind this?
Well, the idea is I write a lot of coaching manuals for corporations in English and Spanish. And one day I was thinking, we have all the big children running corporations, and I'm coaching them. What about our children? I realized that in this country so rich and with so many things that we have, people worry so much about having things and doing things, and not so much about being who they are.
Right.
So I decided to write this book to empower children and parents to just enjoy who they are, accept who they are for who they are, regardless of the accent, the color, the country, and celebrate diversity just by being themselves. So I wrote this book based on a coaching book that I wrote for corporations to embrace diversity. 12 simple lessons, starting by being grateful and ending by being a good example. And empowers children just to celebrate who they are, to understand others, and to reward themselves for becoming better one little bit at a time. So
Is that difficult? Are children not taught to accept others?
I
think that's
I think by example, sometimes by example they don't understand other people, and sometimes it's lack of time. Sometimes just parents are so busy as well that the time to really celebrate diversity, the time to watch a television channel. I thought, now we have about 38% of our music hits in America are Latin hits. The Shakiras and Marc Anthony's and all that. So everybody's getting Latin. I call this I call it the Latin boom. Like baby boomers before, now it's the Latin boom. So we created a brand. I didn't bring a hat that says "Got Latin." So we own that brand. It's going everywhere. I think kids right now are okay and are beginning to understand, simply because the Hispanic children are very acculturated. They are, it's kind of cute to see a 5-, 6-year-old kid that can speak to you in Spanish fluently and flip in a minute to English fluently.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. So I think that's how our culture is beginning to integrate.
Now, I know that this, your business is to target that population, but we had mentioned before that children who speak English as their first language could really learn from this book too, because the way that you see it is, Just Be, and we'll explain the characters in a moment, but when you flip it, it's in Spanish.
Right.
So you can learn both. You can read from one side, flip to the other, and read the exact same thing and learn Spanish or English.
And when I wrote the book, I was very conscious that using Spanish that is very neutral. Because, people from Mexico use different words than people from Argentina. So we put it very neutral, but if you're like in page 4 in English, and you flip the book to page 4 in Spanish, you can read the line, and you can actually translate it right there. So as children are doing this, the reinforcement is that we have some stickers, and as they do their homework, they peel a sticker, put it here, and get immediate rewards for doing their homework.
So they're reading a little bit about it, and then your hope is that parents sit down with them.
Absolutely.
And, you know, kind of help them through this process and maybe help them with these questions and,
Right.
you know, do it together.
Right. So this book is the first ever coaching book. So we empower the parents to coach their children about being themselves. You know, you can teach people to do something, but you got to coach them to be someone. So we're empowering the whole family to celebrate, to sit down, to get to know each other, and to really enjoy who they are, you know. So parents will sit down with their children, read the chapters, peel the stickers, and when they complete the 12 lessons, they celebrate who they are, they become little mentors, and then they receive a certificate of completion. Yeah, they receive a certificate. So as a parent, you write your children's or your child's name here, and this basically says that from now on, they can achieve excellence in everything they do in life, regardless of what people think of them. Just, they can be handicapped, they can be, you know, Latino, they can be Asian, it doesn't matter. They are just the best kids in the world.
Well, let's take a quick break because it's a good time to do that, and we can talk more about the book and then its buzz, so to speak, across the country and the world right now. So we'll be right back.